Section 2 of Chapter 4, Angles of Triangles. Your first definition is angle sum theorem. Alright, so this whole definition comes from this. We know there's how many degrees in a triangle? Yep, 180. So if we add up all the angles together, your W, your X, and your Y, you're going to get 180 degrees. So we're going to use this theorem as well as another one to help us solve for different angle measures. So your first example, you've got angle 1 and 2 and angle 3. So I want you guys to pause this video and try to solve for angles 1, 2, and 3 on your own. Alright, so you should have solved for these two angles. So the first thing that I would have done is solve for angle 1. You know that you have angles 74 and 43, so you're going to add those up together and then take that away from 180 degrees. So you get angle 1 is 63. Angle 1 and angle 2 are what types of angles? Hopefully you said vertical angles, right? Those two are congruent to each other. So 1 and 2 are going to be 63. Now you're going to take your 63, 79, take that away from 180, and you're going to end up getting 38, which is your measurement for angle 3. Your next definition, right, is called third angle theorem. This states that if you have two angles of one triangle that are congruent to two angles in another of a second triangle, then the third angles are going to be congruent, right? Which makes sense, right? If you drew it out, and you got two angles of the first are equal to the two angles of the second, well, the third angle is going to have to equal each other because you take away the first two angles that you know, and whatever's left from 180 is equal to each other. Alright, next thing is your exterior angle theorem. Alright, so just looking at this figure here, alright, you've got your triangle XYZ, and one of the sides of the triangle is extended, so you've got point P right there. What they're saying is that if you take and add up X and Y together, you're going to get this outside angle, okay, your YZP. So let's say that these two are going to end up being, I don't know, let's just hypothetically say they're 60 degrees, right? 60 and 60 is 120, right? So that angle on the outside right there is going to equal 120. So let's see if we can prove that. So if these two are 60, that would make angle Z inside this triangle 60. If I take 60 away from 180, because I've got this line, this outside angle would be 120. Okay, so that's how you prove that. So we just write down that if you add up X and Y together, you get the angle YZP. Okay. Now, here's your last example. Okay. So what I would like you guys to do, right, is take a look at that figure, pause this video again, and I want you guys to figure out angles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 using the exterior angle theorem. Right? That'll make it a lot quicker and easier. So pause the video now. Alright, so you guys should have gotten the following answers. Angle 1 is 70, right? If you take 32 and 38 and add them together, you're going to get angle 1. Okay. Angle 2 is going to be found by taking 70, which you got for angle 1, right? And taking that away from 180 degrees because angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. Next, when you go up to angle 3, right, this angle here, right, this is the way that I would go about solving it, is you would take 64, right, 38, and 32, right, let me do that again, 64, 38, and 32, add those together and take that away from 180 degrees, because you've got that big triangle with those four angles, okay? Then you should end up getting 46. You may have another way, which is fine. So you got 46. Angle 4, okay, is the sum of 64 and 38. So you're going to get 102. And last but not least, angle 5, okay, which is going to end up being 37. So those are your lists. So you should have angle 1 is 70, measure of angle 2, 110, measure of angle 3, 46, measure of angle 4, 102, and measure of angle 5, 37.